Let's start. Boa noite a todas, boa noite a todos. Bem-vindos mais uma vez. Estamos na terceira apresentação, segunda gastronómica. Há 8 anos que não tínhamos um chefe internacional. O primeiro foi o Chacal, acho que toda a gente conhece. E hoje temos o Jennings, veio de Austrália e que, eu acho que isto é de valorizar, decidiu investir em Portugal. E vai abrir brevemente um restaurante em Lisboa, espero que com muito sucesso, e vai trazer-nos uma visão muito, quase uma visão de fusão entre a gastronomia francesa e a gastronomia, digamos, asiática, e tenho a certeza que nessa gastronomia irá utilizar alguns produtos portugueses. Hey, Jennings.
Yes.
Justin, welcome to Portugal, welcome to Azores.
Thank you.
Let's start.
Okay, I'm going to start actually with thanking the...
I think the most of these people understand English, so you can talk in English.
Yeah, that's really good. If I start talking too fast, just tell me to slow down. That's usually my biggest trouble. I'd like to start actually with thanking everyone from Azores and thanking the Agricultural Association for bringing us here. Thanking the Australian Embassy for their support, which is great. They've actually jumped on board with the restaurant and the catering business, offering some support, some contacts and the like. And along the way, I'd like to thank Joel for the beautiful wine he's going to pair with our food today.
And your intention to invest in Portugal, so you are in love with Portugal, or you find Portugal for your own business?
Well, as it turned out, my wife is Portuguese. We live in the Lisbon area, have done now for about a year and a half. I wasn't too sure what to expect when I first came to Portugal. I had visited here twice. I'd been actually got married here as well. We got married here as well as in Australia. One of the things that I've really loved about Portugal is how similar it is in Australia. I mean, I love Australia. I can't deny that. But I love Portugal too because, you have good food, good wine, beautiful coastline, great people.
Thank you.
What else do you need?
Thank you for the words.
It's really nice.
Não, estava a dizer que gosta imenso de Portugal, que a mulher é portuguesa, portanto, quem manda são as mulheres. Já está visto, quem manda são as mulheres. E o homem tem que vir atrás, portanto, mulher portuguesa tem que vir para Portugal. E gosta imenso de Portugal, gosta imenso dos produtos, dos vinhos, das pessoas, o que é também um elogio para todos nós. E let's start to act.
Okay, a quick introduction to what I'll be doing. I'm going to start with a lula, a squid dish, just pan-fried.
Okay.
I'm going to put that with a garlic aioli, garlic mayonnaise.
Garlic?
Yeah. But in the style of food that I like, which I've really picked up from Australia, I've worked in Indonesian restaurants, in Chinese restaurants, as well as French and Italian. Most of my background, my training as a college student.
You told me yesterday the orientation is French and is Asian food.
Absolutely, yeah.
It's a fusion.
Yeah, definitely. Within our colleges, we're typically taught in the French style of cooking. So we do see a lot of your mayonnaise, your béarnaise style sauces. But the fact that we're so close to Asia, we get a heavy influence of Asian culture, not only by way of the actual products, but by way of the restaurants opening up in Australia as well. So we get the chance to try fusion food quite regularly, and it's something that you can fall in love with.
Do you try the Portuguese products?
Absolutely.
Okay.
One of my favourite dishes to cook in Australia was cooking with chorizo. I mean, it's nice.
Okay, let's start.
It actually made it better because you get so many more varieties of it over here. Okay, sorry, I should actually start doing some cooking.
Yeah.
One of the dishes I'm going to put with the squid is a nam jim, which is it's my take on the Indonesian version of the nam jim. Basically, what the translation is watery sauce. That's the direct translation. But what it really means is, in flavour terms, I've got some Azorean. This is the limes taken from Azores.
Okay.
Yeah. Just mix with some other Asian ingredients here. So we have some palm sugar, some shrimp paste, some fish sauce, some chilies, and some kaffir lime leaf. These guys, basically I'm going to use the Kenwood over here. Yeah, they're really refreshing. I use these in soups, like tom yum soups, anything like that. The only trick to using these guys is when you go to use them, take the spine out of the back.
Yes,
it's a little tough.
Yes.
So this part goes to the bin, and the rest goes into the sauce.
Yeah, we usually take that too.
Yes. Yeah. Cool.
Okay.
So
you have a beautiful mise en place here too.
Yeah,
it's important.
Absolutely. What I'm currently working in at the moment is I run a private catering business. So I'm most often going to people's houses, cooking for groups of 6, 10, 15 or thereabouts. Quite often I don't get access to the house much earlier than the actual function. So within that last hour, sorry, I should keep working while I talk. Within that last hour, I basically get the chance to finish off from all of the mise en place and cook the meals from there. But that means I need to be, really very organised, which is great because that's one of the strengths I do have.
It help you to understand and to orientate your gastronomy.
Exactly. It gives me a chance to really talk to everyone, interact a fair bit, which is something that I really love. Okay. Just going to blend this, so it's going to be loud for a moment.
Yeah. Okay. You are a professional, so to understand the international equipment.
Yeah. I mean, it's a good piece of equipment. You can see here it's got the mixing bowl. It's got the what we call the RoboCube attachment. It's got the I call it the milkshake making attachment. You can see here it's got a fairly high speed, so it's going to take things like the chilies, the lime leaf that have really quite a bit of texture to them, and puree those. Also the palm sugar, it takes a little bit to break down. So when I make this sauce, I'll actually let it sit to the side for a little while. It gives the chance for the smaller pieces of sugar to dissolve as well.
Ok. Está a fazer uma espécie de agridoce, portanto vai permitir ser a base. Os ingredientes. Tem the ingredients.
Ingredients.
They are asking for ingredients.
Okay, so we have the lime juice.
Lime juice.
Yeah. Birds
From Azores.
Yes. Yeah.
Julgo que é o limão galego que ele está a usar. Okay.
Yeah. The bird's eye chili.
Chili.
It's the little red chilies. They're really quite hot.
Sim, chili.
Yeah. Palm sugar. So it's a sugar derived from the palm plant. Actually, a good if you can't find this, a good substitute would be a muscovado sugar. Yeah, not the dark brown, not the too light. Yeah, something in the middle. The kaffir lime leaf and shrimp paste and fish sauce. A little difficult to find here, but the fish sauce, I think Jumbo may have them, but the rest is more difficult to find.
Okay.
Yeah. Anyway.
And fish sauce.
Fish sauce.
Não há muito.
The fish sauce is made from
Mas não há
taking...
muito à venda. Não. Nas conservas. As conservas.
This one I'm actually going to leave to the side. I'll actually blitz that again later because that sugar does take some time to dissolve.
Okay.
Have
here.
To go with the kangaroo, it's got a wild game flavour. The best way I can translate in English for the Portuguese way of thinking is the hunter's meat. So it's not a... there's no one that actually farms kangaroo. It's all wild stock, even in Australia. They've often taken from farms through the hunting program, but they're not...
It is allowed to eat kangaroo in Australia.
Yes, yeah, one of the only places in the world that eats their own national anthem. But it's good for us because it's really, really nice.
Okay.
Yeah, and there is lots of people think there's not too many kangaroos around, but there is really a healthy stock there. So the government in Australia, throughout fisheries, throughout meat and game, they have a lot of research with sustainability, which is a really big part of the cooking that I like to do as well. So if it's not sustainable, I certainly wouldn't be introducing it to anyone.
Yeah.
Okay, because it's such an earthy, natural game meat, I really like to put roast vegetable with it. It's really quite simple. All of these products are, once again, derived from Azores. We've got some shallots, some sweet
Cenoura,
potato, carrot.
Sweet potato.
Uh,
Batata doce, cenoura, cebola. Tem um
uh,
bocadinho de loureiro também.
yeah, pimenta de terre.
Pimenta da terra.
Yeah, just regular potato. I'll use a little bit of Portuguese if I can, but I'm
Oil,
really sorry.
oil,
It's
azeite,
yeah,
azeite também.
I'm really not very good. Yes, oil. This is we have some parsley and some thyme, which is
From the
provided by our lovely
Yes,
lady with the herbs at the
Yeah.
back here. Some of her herbs have, if you get the chance to taste any of these herbs, they're
Yes.
really strong,
Okay.
which is great. So basically, it's probably not easy for you to
Salsa
see for
também.
now.
Salsa.
I have diced these up already just to save a bit of time
Yeah.
because I've got a lot that I want to actually give to you guys.
Okay.
So I've done that, but with the herbs, when I'm roasting my veg like this, as we mentioned, we have the bay leaf which I leave whole. These herbs, I just like to give a light tear, and the thyme, we'll just strip that down through the
Let me
through the
translate
veg.
a little bit.
Okay.
Não,
Yep.
eu perguntava ao Justin se era possível comer carne de canguru, que é uma coisa que não é normal, não é? Ele estava a dizer que sim, na Austrália é permitido, de uma forma muito protegida, portanto há momentos em que há, digamos, quintas onde produzem esse tipo de carne, portanto são depois para abater, o que é estranho, porque é o animal emblemático da Austrália, mas a verdade é que eles também servem para gastronomia. Portanto, é permitido com regras muito específicas, muito controladas, mas é permitido.
Okay, just to catch up to with
Pepper,
salt and pepper. Yeah,
Salt and pepper.
It's really important. A lot of people
Okay.
miss out on just that little bit of extra flavour that can really make a meal, just because they may forget or not understand the power of salt and pepper. It can really make a meal if you've got everything else going in the right direction. So this side, all I do is just give it a mix together,
You mix,
cover
okay.
with the oil, the salt and the pepper.
Portanto, depois sal e pimenta neste preparado, digamos. Batata doce, cenoura, pimentão, salsa e loureiro. Portanto, agora misturou tudo, um bocadinho de pimenta, um bocadinho de sal, como é normal em qualquer cozinheiro.
Okay, so
Agora
just
está a fazer uma cama de...
yeah, keep it nice and even.
Here we usually say it's a bed to put
I can understand. I'm starting to get used to some of the Portuguese sayings. It's it's taking some getting used to, but
You must
some
learn
of
in
them are really
Portuguese. You must learn
interesting.
in Portuguese.
Yeah, some of them make absolutely no sense at all to me, but the others are really good. Actually, mayonnaise next. Okay. So next I'm going to move on to the mayonnaise.
Ok.
Once again, using our Kenwood, if I can. There it is.
Nós vamos tentar harmonizar este prato que o Justin está a fazer com
Speaking of
dois
which,
vinhos, com dois vinhos que estão aí expostos e que penso que vão resultar. A Quinta do Lagar Novo, Chardonnay e o Viognier, que são duas castas muito interessantes, duas castas internacionais, é certo, mas duas castas interessantes e que nesta região têm um terroir muito interessante para estas duas castas. Portanto, dois vinhos que provavelmente vão ligar muito bem. Estamos a falar de um prato de carne, não é? Portanto, também aqui estamos a tirar, a desmistificar aquela quase que obrigação que nós temos que comer peixe ou acompanhar peixe com brancos e carnes com tintos. Isto já morreu, já não existe. Nós temos é que beber um vinho que nos faz feliz, que nos proporciona uma experiência positiva. E é isso que nós estamos a tentar fazer. Justin, you are mixed.
I'm going to make
mayonnaise.
Going to make the mayonnaise.
Okay.
A lot of the recipes that people use when they're making the mayonnaise, they use just the egg yolk. For me personally, I prefer the flavour of the whole egg. So today I'm going to use the whole egg in the production.
Okay.
So for me, it's just...
Dois ovos. Isto é interessante, quem quisermos fazer em casa, dois ovos, parece-me facílimo.
Yeah.
Dois ovos inteiros.
So from here we're going to add some Dijon mustard.
Bocadinho de mostarda de Dijon.
It just adds a nice little bit of bite to the mayonnaise, which helps cut through the fattiness of the sauce. Once again, white wine vinegar, which does very much the same
Vinagre.
thing. We have some
Alho.
we have some garlic, which otherwise it would
yeah.
just be mayonnaise. I'm going to. The recipe that I have actually calls for two. I'm just going to put one now because
Why?
never how it's going to taste.
You don't
It's
like garlic? I love garlic.
Actually, for the Portuguese people that I've spoken to and cooked for so far, particularly my own family, I probably should put about 4 or 5 in there. They love the garlic.
Okay.
So, but I'm just going to put that in there just for the importance of being able to taste it and adjust the levels as I need to. Also, I do have some lemon juice here. I'm going to add the lemon juice at the end, just so that I can get once again a good balance of acidity.
In the final, you mix first and
Yep. So what I'll do is
you put the lemon. Okay.
I'll put this in here, get that mixing process going. It'll start to break down the garlic that's in there. I'm going to come over with some oil. I've just got a nice light flavoured olive oil here.
Okay. May I invite you to drink some wine?
I was going to say.
Quinto Lagar. Okay.
Yeah, I was never going to miss out on that opportunity.
You have already.
Yeah, no, it's a really nice one.
You start without me.
I'm
Thank
very sorry.
you.
Very sorry. Yeah. Okay. Once again, salt and pepper, very important part of the sauce. Particularly this salt, it's actually got a little bit of texture to it. It's not super fine. So
salt.
Yeah, so we'll get that in there, give it a chance to break down.
Pimenta.
A little bit of pepper. We'll likely need to adjust this at the end, but at least we'll have the base there ready. Okay. When making the mayonnaise, it's always important to go slow. It takes time for the oil to emulsify inside of the eggs. Yeah. If you put it all in, it just won't work. It'll go really runny, and yeah. Is that?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay. Cool. Okay. So once again, it's most important in the beginning stage to go slow. After it has a bit of volume. You can speed up a little, but it's really much easier and safer to go slow.
Então agora está a colocar o azeite. Óleo.
It is olive oil, yeah. A lot of restaurants, they use a mixture of half olive, half vegetable oil.
Okay.
For me, in Australia, I would actually go majority vegetable oil, only because most people in Australia, their taste buds aren't adapted as well to the... I'd probably go 70% vegetable, 30% olive. And the reason for it is that
some persons want to ask you, so we will be this dynamic, this relation with the public, okay?
Okay, yeah. If there's any questions, please please ask away.
What kind of oil are you using in?
Não conseguimos ouvir.
What kind?
I could hear.
Sorry.
What kind of oil are you using?
It's
sunflower.
How much oil?
Vegetable.
How much?
Yeah.
It's 1.2 liters.
But
it's of the
kind. What sort
kind
of oil?
oil?
Yeah, extra
palm.
Extra virgin olive oil.
Olive oil.
Olive, yeah.
Azeite.
Yeah.
Azeite, não pode ser óleo. Não se faz com óleo. Eu sei que há esse hábito, eu sei que há. Eu é que não queria estar a contradizê-la, mas...
It's important at this stage too that just to mention that when I choose the oil, I often go for a fairly light flavoured olive oil as well, not something that's got too much punch, or otherwise.
Do you know that we have the one of the best oils in Europe?
I have heard that actually, yes. And
Portugal, Spain, and Italy. Okay.
Yeah. I'm just putting a little water with the speed of the machine. The faster the machine goes, quite often actually, the thicker the mayonnaise can become. So I'm just adding a little water, just to thin the sauce down a little, so it'll allow the full volume of the oil that I need.
Vai colocar bocadinho de água para atrasar o processo, não é? Não ser tão espesso. Cansado.
Okay.
Chama-se, eu sou de Braga e, portanto, na minha terra, chama-se as mesinhas gastronómicas, não é? Que é aquelas coisinhas que não vêm nos livros e que nós vamos aprendendo à medida que vamos ouvindo as pessoas a fazer estas coisas. Na realidade, fazer maionese em casa é facílimo, não é? Não precisamos de estar a comprar coisas industriais. Embora existam coisas muito boas, não é? Portanto, coisa não impede a outra.
So once again, really important to taste the food. It's something that a lot of people do forget about. I mean,
you have to
it's all
taste
about
it.
the flavour, right?
Yeah.
Flavors, textures, and the like as well. But
Wow.
if you really want to enjoy your food, it's best to taste as you go, adjust it as you need to, and yep, more than often end up with a good
you
result.
have to taste.
Okay. So at this stage, I haven't added my lemon juice, so it's really quite thick, really quite rich, and you end up with the oil really coating your mouth. By adding the lemon juice, that'll actually break down the effect of the oil really coating your mouth. Also, it needs some more salt and pepper.
O que o Jennings estava a dizer é que a introdução do limão vai equilibrar, portanto, não fica tão oleoso, não é? Não fica tão untuoso. E, portanto, o limão dá-lhe alguma acidez, dá alguma consistência final.
And while I'm at it, I'm actually going to add the just half of one of those garlic as well.
You put a little bit of garlic.
It had to, yeah. It really needed it.
You didn't hurt me, so...
Anyway,
Okay.
there we are.
Okay.
Okay, so here I go with the lemon juice.
Está a adicionar o limão.
That sauce is really quite thick still, so I will add a little bit more water.
Bocadinho mais de água.
A lot of people really have the mayonnaise as a really rich sauce, but for me, I think it really should transfer more than just a really rich, oily flavour. I think it really should actually have a lot more going for it. So when I make the mayonnaises, I tend to make them a lot lighter, a lot smoother on the mouth. That way they don't take away the flavour of the other products by coating your mouth with oil.
Separaram o Jansen foi calibrando com o sal, não é? É preciso sempre estar a ver como é que...
Okay.
Calibrar, provar, ver como é que as coisas estão.
Okay, just going to add a little bit more lemon juice, some more water, and just a little bit more salt. I really do this just to be able to adjust it as I go to get it to where I want.
Ok.
Okay. Let's try again. It's good.
Yeah?
Let's do it. Okay, so that is mayonnaise done. I'll put this over here.
Muito bem.
Okay, we need to check on our veg. Everything's looking really
It's
nice in
ordered,
there.
okay.
I will just roll the veg over a little, just so that we don't end up with really heavily roasted vegetables on the top and raw vegetables, or not so cooked vegetables underneath.
É fundamental, não é? Quando vemos os cozinheiros a provar as coisas que estão a fazer, não é possível cozinhar sem estar sempre a provar, não é? Apurando, melhorando. Agora o Jansen o que está a fazer é revolver, digamos, aquela preparada que ele fez dentro do forno.
Okay.
Cheers.
Sorry, cheers. Okay. Next we're going to move on to the Azorean lulas. So with these guys here, when I first received it, I was really surprised to see the size of the lula from Azores. It's spectacular, actually.
Do you like it?
Yeah, absolutely. I'm used to on the mainland seeing lulas about long, but when I actually seen it, it nearly took up nearly took the most of the ice display over here. Yeah, really nice to see.
Okay.
And fresh. Yeah, that's the one thing I can't say enough of.
What are you doing with that?
There's a few different ways you can cook it. I really liked it. Salt and pepper deep fry. It goes well with the style of recipe I'm cooking today as well. Today I'm going to just do a regular pan fry. I'll put a little bit of olive oil on there, some salt and pepper, put through the pan. Try and get just a little bit of golden colour on there. But because lulas, they can become quite tough if you cook them too fast. So it's really important just to get a nice hot pan. It's probably going to create a little bit of smoke in here, unfortunately.
And smell. And smell.
Exactly.
Okay.
But it's really important to get the nice crispy outside edges, top and bottom, but without cooking too far through the centre, or otherwise it turns to like a rubber band.
A little bit of seconds in the.
Exactly.
Okay.
Exactly. So I have prepared some of this, but I have left a piece here that I haven't prepared yet. It's only because I wanted to demonstrate how it is that I cut this. It's just to make things a little bit easier for eating, particularly for when you deep fry. It will actually cause the squid to roll up a little. In doing so, it'll actually create some exposed edges. I'll try and find a nice piece here. Actually, I'll do it with a demonstration here. When you cut, you'll actually cut. It's still raw. It might be a little bit chewy. But what I'll actually do is when I use the knife, I'll actually use the knife in a pattern that'll actually go across the squid as I cut. But it won't actually go straight up and down. It'll actually be on an angle, quite a heavy angle actually. So I get nice deep cuts as I go through. And then as I cut, I'll actually turn back the other way and create a crisscross pattern.
O que você estava a dizer é que o corte é fundamental para termos uma textura diferente. Vejam como ele está a fazer o corte, é importante ver. Está a fazer na transversal.
So you can see.
Ele está a fazer na transversal.
It's a little bit hard to see, but I just cut this one direction. And then with the lines running this way now, I'll cut directly across them.
Agora ao contrário, vai ficar com aqueles cortes muito finos.
That's what we in the industry call a pineapple cut.
Okay.
Most obvious, beautiful Azorian pineapple, which I'll use a little later.
Muito bem.
It ends up with a similar sort of pattern on the outside.
Yes.
Hence the pineapple cut squid.
Very good, very good. Wonderful idea.
I'm looking forward to using that pineapple later too. I've actually found it marries with some really nice flavours. Just for the purpose of today, I'm going to cut just a little smaller because I really want to give everyone a taste of the flavours. Normally in a restaurant, I would cut into pieces about this size. They fry well, they taste nice, they're a good bite size, and
it's the right size for you.
Yeah, for me that's the right size. That's what I like to work with. Okay.
Okay.
Okay. Sorry, I'm just going to take the pan from it.
Sorry.
I thought we were going to start a bit of a dance there for a second, but
switch on. Which one?
Okay, we'll take
there or here?
Yeah, I might actually take this one because I'll put a plate over this side. Just a bit difficult. Okay, should be front and
yeah.
Okay. That beautiful Azorian olive oil you were mentioning before, this is where it comes into play now. Just mentioning the olive oil that we were talking about before.
Yes.
Just going to put a little bit over the squid, but I'm also going to put some in the pan as well.
Okay. A little bit of salt.
Pepper. Yep.
Pepper, salt, sal e pimenta.
Just massage this through gently. One of the things with seafood, it's a fresh and fairly vulnerable product, so I don't like to mishandle it, particularly with seafood. It really pays to keep it cold. In Australia, I used to work with the fishermen to make sure that everything that they catch would actually be taken straight into an ice bath when it was taken on the boat and then delivered straight to the restaurant. It was one of the wonderful things that we're able to do there, and I'm looking forward to doing the same here as well.
Ok. we can find this kind of gastronomy in your restaurant, or
Absolutely,
you are
yeah.
doing something for Azores?
No, this will be part of what I do in the Lisbon restaurant, most
Okay.
definitely.
Okay.
One of the things I like to do, I will be cooking with kangaroo and crocodile that will come from Australia. I'll be using some Australian spices, but quite honestly, the
Crocodile bit.
yeah.
It's wonderful.
Yeah, quite honestly, the quality of the produce in Portugal, it actually exceeded my expectations. I like the produce in Australia, but I've actually found that the produce is much more fresh, much more genuine. It's just a little bit of water there. It's much more fresh, much more genuine. Hasn't been industrialized so much, so we actually find that the flavour is better.
Okay.
That's what I'm finding in the overall.
Eu perguntei ao Jensen se ia ter este tipo de gastronomia no seu restaurante. Ele disse que sim e que gosta imenso, que vai usar carne de crocodilo e canguru. Portanto, de certeza que vai ter pratos interessantíssimos, mas que gosta imenso também dos produtos australianos, mas que quer usar produtos portugueses. Já, we are finished here.
Just going to give this a bit of a check.
Okay.
Just a little longer.
More 5 minutes. Yeah. You will put the seafood here?
I will. I'll just wait till this pan is really hot. The importance of that is, once
Why?
again, if you put it in cold, by the time it takes for the pan to get hot, a piece of squid this size will cook all the way through in no time, and it'll become very tough. And that's the one thing that you need to avoid with this.
Okay.
It's with this cuttlefish or choco, as you know, any of these styles of seafood, they really lend themselves to being just cooked.
But a little bit of seconds.
Just cooked.
A little bit of seconds, not
Very
minutes.
much. No, exactly.
Okay.
Yeah.
Ele vai só selar este
So for anyone close enough, you can actually see there's just starting to see a little bit of smoke coming from the pan. That's an indicator to say that we're actually getting fairly close to ready. When I put the squid in, I actually like to put it with the pineapple cut side down.
Okay.
That way, as it expands, it actually opens up, and it'll actually allow those areas that are on the edge of the pineapple cut to crisp.
The cut up and the base down. Or
I'll actually go with.
okay.
Sorry, yeah.
Portanto,
Sorry, yeah, the base down. I had myself
corte,
backwards.
yeah.
Okay.
O que
Sorry,
ele está a
I'm going
fazer
to
é
use
que
my fingers
está,
here.
no corte que deu há bocadinho, que vos demonstrou, está a colocar a parte de cima. Portanto, o que está em contato com o fogo é a parte lisa, a parte sem corte.
But really, it is a matter of seconds on that side too, because you want to do the most of the cooking. I do it this way just to expose that pineapple cut that I've put on there.
Ok.
So you can see on this one here,
Yeah.
it's curled really well. I'm going to put just there because that's quite hot. It's actually curled, so it exposes those edges, makes them vulnerable, but allows them to really hold that golden colour.
prato este. Agora virou e aquele corte que o Justin deu está a ficar saliente. É uma coisa engraçada. Se quiserem vir ver, acho que vale a pena. Quem quiser vir ver o que está a acontecer, vale a pena.
In this case, I'm going to give just a little longer on the other side. Actually, I'll put that there as an indication of what I'm looking for.
Cresceu, não é? Está a ficar muito interessante, está saliente.
Okay. One thing that I'm looking for here also is you can see on the backs of the squid, it's a really opaque color when it's raw, but as it just nears the point of cooking, it starts to turn white. So that's actually what I'm looking for as an indication of the squid being ready. Something that a lot of people actually forget too, just while I'm thinking of it whilst I'm cooking. With seafood, and it goes for meats in general actually, a lot of people think that when they've cooked something and they take it out of the pan, the cooking's finished.
Oh.
And it's not actually the case.
No,
Quite
yeah.
often they'll actually, because of the residual heat inside of the fish, or the cuttlefish in this case, it will actually continue to cook for a few moments, maybe longer depending on the density of the meat. It'll continue to cook long after, or maybe not long after, but sometime after. So if you're really looking for something to be at the perfect doneness at the table, it really pays just to take it off. Sometimes, maybe 10 seconds before it's ready.
Cooking.
Yeah,
Não,
it will
que o Je-
continue to.
Que o Justin está a dizer uma coisa interessante, que é, mesmo quando ele tira da frigideira, este momento aqui, o elemento continua a cozinhar, não é? Continua ele próprio a desenvolver-se. Um bocadinho mais de azeite, porque é preciso cozinhar mais algumas peças. Como é que está aquele preparado? Smell. When you cook, I drink lagar novo. Que é os vinhos que nós vamos tentar harmonizar com este prato. Se calhar falamos um bocadinho sobre os vinhos. Quer vir até cá? Micro. Enólogo. Okay. We'll talk about the wines, okay?
Okay, that's good.
2 minutes
Yeah,
for
fantastic.
the wine. When you finish the...
If you'd like to talk about the wines now,
Yeah.
I'll finish this up
Okay.
whilst you're talking,
Yeah.
and then I'll come back and start on the kangaroo.
Ok,
Yeah.
ok. Falamos agora sobre os vinhos, depois ele acaba... Bem, João, estás aqui a representar os teus vinhos, não é? Nada melhor que falar na primeira pessoa. O que é que nós temos aqui? Quinta Lagar Novo, onde é que se situa? Qual é a estratégia da empresa? Que vinhos é que temos aqui à prova?
Bom, antes de mais, boa noite. A convite da organização, desde já um muito obrigado ao Endorse-nos, ao Nuno Novo, por me ter trazido aqui. É um trabalho que temos vindo a fazer há algum tempo, parceria, a combinação e a simbiose de produtos endógenos com chefes e tentando harmonizar com os nossos vinhos. Há pouco do you want to say something?
No, just listening. I didn't really understand anything, but I was
Yeah.
listening.
You are Justin are learning Portuguese when you talk and when I talk.
Bom, mas isto para começar a falar, o melhor é ter um bocadinho de vinho no copo, não é?
Claro que sim. E o que é que eu posso...
Podemos
Chardonnay
começar
ou
com Chardonnay,
Viognier?
sim, podemos
Chardonnay.
começar com Chardonnay. Mas há bocadinho referiu disse algumas palavras acerca da combinação.
Sorry, I'm just going to use your sink here for a moment.
Falou um pouco da combinação, a combinação perfeita entre vinhos e a gastronomia. Eu concordo imenso com as palavras que disse, cada vez mais. Acima de tudo, o que interessa nisto é que corra bem, que nos dê prazer, os vinhos com o que estamos a comer. A Quinta do Lagar Novo é um projeto, uma empresa pequenina, uma empresa sediada na região de Alenquer, na região de Lisboa, mais precisamente em Alenquer. Produzimos única e exclusivamente vinhos brancos, porque com o terroir que ali existe, as caixas brancas funcionam muito bem, e quando nós nos lançámos no mercado, há cerca de 15 anos, queríamos tentar marcar um pouco a diferença e conseguíamos com alguma facilidade com os vinhos brancos. com os vinhos tintos tornar-se um pouco mais complicado e num mundo competitivo como é o mundo dos vinhos, em Portugal achávamos que de facto tínhamos que produzir tintos para tentarmos marcar a diferença. Bom, os vinhos que eu trago aqui são o que iremos provar na combinação com o que o Justin está a fazer, com a lula e seguidamente com o canguru. Trago o Chardonnay acho que vai muito bem com a lula. Tivemos a oportunidade lá embaixo ainda na cozinha de provar e de tentar harmonizar o Chardonnay com as características que tem, algumas características de tropicais, com o que ele vai utilizar na lula, acho que combinavam muito bem. Com a acidez do vinho, acho que pode ser giro, corta um bocadinho aquela doçura do ananás com a acidez. Depois, vamos fazer um teste, não é? Vamos ver se o canguru se aguenta com o nosso vinho.
Com o Viognier, que é uma casta muito interessante também.
É uma casta muito interessante e eu tento só vinhos brancos, tinha que arranjar aqui alguma maneira que as coisas funcionassem. Bom, o nosso Viognier é um Viognier muito gastronómico, um Viognier que passa cerca de 1 ano em barrica e que eu acho que com as suas notas, as suas características, aquele volume de boca que tem, que poderia funcionar muito bem aqui com o canguru. Bom, vamos ver, eu sou muito suspeito, como só produzo vinhos brancos e como também sou um apaixonado de vinhos brancos, acho que pode ser engraçado e vamos aqui desmistificar um bocadinho aquele preconceito de brancos com peixe, tintos com carne. Bom, aqui vamos fazer exatamente o contrário. Se calhar vai haver aí muitas pessoas que nos vão chamar nomes, mas mesmo assim acho que vale a pena provar esta combinação, que pode funcionar ou não. Na minha opinião, acho que é giro, vai ser giro.
Que apesar da acidez do Viognier e a estrutura, provavelmente dá uma boa ligação com a carne. Eu dou os parabéns porque realmente há anos que eu ando a defender exatamente isso. Desmistificarmos esta questão da carne com tintos com carne e brancos com peixe. Eu acho que temos que acabar já com essa. Eu acho que a definição perfeita para um vinho é beber o que nos dá prazer, não é?
Nem
e
mais,
com o que nos dá prazer comer. Portanto, claro que eu puxo um bocadinho para os espumantes, não é? Eu coloco os espumantes em tudo que é sítio, mas reconheço que, e sou um amante de brancos também, adoro os brancos, e por isso para mim este peixe na água.
É um bocado, e eu muito influenciado, cada vez mais bebo vinhos brancos em qualquer tipo de refeição e não me arrependo nada, porque de facto os brancos nos últimos anos deram um salto muito interessante em Portugal e provavelmente em todo o mundo.
Agora uma pergunta importante, que é porquê castas estrangeiras e não portuguesas?
Bom, de facto a seleção das castas pendeu também para a estratégia que nós queríamos para com os nossos vinhos. De facto, hoje em dia, neste momento em Portugal e bem, acho que se está a puxar muito pelas castas tradicionais portuguesas, que são excelentes, e que eu tenho também algumas plantadas em minha casa, mas aqui de facto tentando promover os vinhos, tanto nos Açores como nas zonas turísticas de Portugal, que cada vez são maiores. Portugal cada vez está mais na moda. Acho que faz sentido, de facto, também mostrar algo genuinamente portuguesa, mas que os estrangeiros também conhecem. E a realidade é que, de facto, muitas vezes é mais fácil vender algumas castas internacionais que, por exemplo, um tarrantês ou um verdalho. Verdalho não é o caso, mas ou um arinto, ou um fenão pires, ou um vinhão, e a ideia caiu muito sobre isso. Eu gosto imenso do encepamento que nós temos em nossa casa, o Chardonnay, o Viognier, temos também Marsanne, que é a base do nosso Quinta do Lagar Novo, e as coisas funcionam e nada me arrependo.
Ok, muito obrigado por este apoio. Obrigado. Justin.
I'm not running away, I promise. Okay. One thing I'm going to continue to do whilst I cook here. So the quid's more or less doing its thing. I'm just taking a little bit of time to go through that. I'm quickly going to move on. Actually, I'll mention the veggies are done. So I'm just letting those sit in the oven, let them rest for a little while. That way they'll just continue to just finish off nicely.
Ok.
As I'm finishing up this, I'll work on
Existe gás.
making a Azorian pineapple salad. But as I do it, I'll use some influence of Asian culture.
Can I taste?
Yeah, please. I'll use some influence of Asian culture, so well, the Asian style salads that I like to cook. But the best part is it's all been done with local products. Once again, we have the coriander, the mint, which is actually provided by our lovely herb lady up the back. We have some Spanish onion, and I'd normally use chili, but I've actually used the pimenta de terre again, and it really works well. One thing with the oil, everyone's probably looking at me thinking I've put a lot of oil in there, but it actually makes the contact between the pan and the squid. Without it, you'd actually end up with dry burnt patches, but in this case, you end up with nice golden flesh.
What do you think about the Mediterranean gastronomy? The south of Europe, the countries in the south of Europe, like Portugal, Spain, France.
As in the produce from that area, or the actual the area itself?
Yes, the area itself.
I've only visited certain parts of the Algarve region, in around Montegordo or Villarreal, Sant Antonio, but I really, really like it. It's not too many places you can go and have a swim in the ocean where the water's, in Portugal at least, where the water's so calm, so warm. I have two little boys, one 2 years old, one 4 years old, and it's fantastic to take those guys down there as well, because naturally they can swim around, they can have fun, we can relax, and it's a really family environment. So it's really, really nice. It's a nice way to spend a summer. I'm looking forward to travelling around a fair bit more of Europe. More so, actually, I'm really keen to see more of the Azorian Islands as well. For a very, very long time, I've been interested in fishing, and one of the things I understand is some of the best fishing, in the whole of Europe, and arguably even the world, does come from, as I understand it, the three major islands, Pico, Teixeira, and the other one, I can't remember the name right now. But yeah, I really can't wait to actually get out there and experience those islands, experience the nature of the islands, eat some more fresh produce from this area.
When we see the Australian Master Chef, the orientation of the contest is based in the French and the Asian gastronomy. Why Australia only look to these two kind of gastronomy? Why not Portuguese? Why not Spanish?
The best part is we do have lots of influences of the Portuguese and the Spanish culture through our gastronomic field, but a lot of it does come from in the Spanish side with the paellas and the like. There was a period not so long ago where that was immensely popular. It was almost to a point if you didn't have a paella on the menu, you weren't really recognised as an up-and-coming restaurant. It seemed. But I think that the hardest part that actually limits much more of the effect of these cultures coming through is a lot of the teachers that have managed to make it into Australia, they've actually had French training themselves. Some of them are French citizens.
Well, we have to accelerate a little bit of your intervention because we have another demonstration, and the next chef is Renato Cunha. He is looking to us and told us to accelerate the...
Okay. Okay, moving on to the salad. I'm going to do this whilst I cook the kangaroo, so I'll do these two together to move along a little bit for the chef here. The Azorian pineapple, as you know, really quite sweet, really nice flavour, a little smaller, really endemic to this area, which is really good. I'm going to put that with some coriander, some mint, some Spanish onion, and pimento de terre, which I'd explained earlier. Then I'm going to actually use, as a dressing, I'm going to use the... Whoop, there was a bowl here earlier. I think that's it there. In any case, I'll use this one here. I'll actually dress it with a bit of that Asian dressing which I've made, which is over the side over here. Okay. That's warming.
Pedinho de azeite.
Yeah, olive oil again. Now that I've explained that, just a quick rundown of the kangaroo. Much the same applies to the kangaroo as what I've just done with the squid. The kangaroo meat, it's really, really lean. It's a wild animal. Like I say, there's no farming of kangaroo in Australia. But because it's really lean and it's really quite gamey, you can't afford to overcook it. So you're really looking at a medium rare or medium as the cooking point. If you start going past that, it becomes really quite dry.
Let me say in Portuguese.
Okay, yeah.
O que nós estamos a cozinhar é carne de canguru. Que para quem só se juntou a nós agora, é carne de canguru. O Justin é australiano e há bocadinho eu perguntava como é que era possível que o símbolo da Austrália a ser cozinhado. E a verdade é que ele nos disse que é permitido na Austrália usar a carne de canguru, quer no restaurante, quer até nas próprias casas, não é, dos australianos, porque o governo tem uma política de proteção e de gestão de criação de cangurus. E, portanto, não é possível, digamos, a caça sem controle. Por isso é que ele vai abrir um restaurante em Lisboa. A base da gastronomia dele é francesa e asiática, mas tem muita influência australiana porque ele é australiano. Yes, Justin.
Okay, a good way to explain the kangaroo for anyone who hasn't tried it yet or doesn't feel that they can eat the kangaroo. A good explanation of a similar flavour would be venison, deer, in the fact that it is once again it's quite lean. It doesn't require a lot of cooking, but it really has that gamey flavour. Much like the squid, I'm using a fairly hot pan. That way I can, as you can see, from this piece here, you have the colour on the outside. Yeah. But in the middle, I can feel just by touching that, it's really got a medium rare side to it.
O que o Jean está a dizer é que a carne de canguru não pode ser totalmente frita, portanto é só selar, não é? O que ele acha que a melhor forma de comer a carne de canguru é meia passada.
Okay, so just a fleeting moment in the pan.
Can I help you in anything? Can I help you in anything?
Yeah, if you'd like to take these to here for now,
thank you.
And then I'll load that pan again in just a moment.
Eu já hoje tive 2 intervenções, eu sinto-me um autêntico cozinheiro só em fazer isto.
So with
A
the
little bit of oil. Yeah.
Yeah.
Now. Yeah.
Okay. With the pineapple, as I cut it, I'm just going to cut this into thin slices. That way, when I cut lengthways, I can make a nice even dice.
Okay.
In this case, I'm going to use it quite small because it needs to hold within the other salad. Are you sure you haven't been a chef in the past? It's actually looking pretty good.
No, thank you. You're so kind.
I think
I love
they're ready to come from.
Yeah.
Yep, cool.
Bem, recapitulando o que nós fizemos, Justin, we must go back and tell the people that what are you doing?
Yeah, just a recap and probably a little bit more of an explanation as far as what's happening with the business side of things as well. I'm an Australian born. I grew up in Australia. I've done most of my cooking. Sorry, I might actually take over that. Yeah. I've done most of my cooking training in Australia, so therefore I've picked up on a lot of what Australian culture is about and the food that we definitely see within Australia, hence the kangaroo. The one thing that really sort of got me started with the cooking was the fact that I really wanted to travel overseas. And I realised that cooking was one way to do that. You can cook, you can travel, you can meet new people, you can drink wine, you can really enjoy life. And it's really one of those jobs that a lot of my mates who are chefs, we really sit back at the end of the day. We might have worked 12 hours, 14 hours, but we wouldn't change it.
Your wife,
not ever.
Your wife is here?
My wife is here, yeah.
Yeah? Here in the...
Oh, sorry, no, not in Azores, no. Unfortunately for her, I
O
left
Justin
her,
é casado com uma portuguesa, por isso teve que vir para Portugal, não é? Dizia eu há bocadinho que são as mulheres que mandam e, portanto, ele só teve que obedecer aos desejos da mulher e veio para Portugal. Vai abrir um restaurante em Lisboa, portanto, é o percurso normal de qualquer homem, obedecer à mulher.
Yeah, unfortunately for my wife, the poor girl, I left her at home with 2 crazy kids. So she's having the time of her life as well. Once again, with the salads, a lot of people don't realise the salads, or at least a lot of people in Australia don't realise that a little salt and pepper will help them along as well. It's something that I always do. Something we always do in the restaurant game as well, where needed. Okay, that's ready to go. If you like, I'll take back over on the kangaroo because we're getting fairly close to the finish. If I may.
Yeah.
Might actually give this pan a bit of a
I told everyone that you took the right path. That is, follow your wife.
Follow my wife?
Yeah, because she's Portuguese.
Yeah.
So
I learned very early in the relationship that I should at least pretend I'm doing what she says, even if I'm not actually following her lead 100%. But yeah, I've tried arguing with my wife. It doesn't work.
Yeah.
It really doesn't work. I always give her a hard time about the Latin temper. She's got it. It's definitely there. For me, it's part of the challenge, so it's nice.
Yes.
It's nice. The worst part is, I think my youngest child at 2 years old, he's white skin, blonde hair, looks like an Australian surfer. Definite Latin temper.
Já se estava a dizer que a mulher é muito temperamental, gosta de, enfim, de orientar as coisas, né?
Yeah, I'll leave that one just a moment longer. Yeah, cool.
What
This pan, because we've been cooking a bit of meat in it, it's just starting to get a bit of residue on the bottom. It's just ready for a quick clean.
Yeah, let's finish.
Yep. So I'll cook these. I'll just give this a 30-second wash.
Okay. We don't have anyone. We didn't have another one. No.
No, we don't. This will take just a moment.
Não temos mais nenhum deste.
Just like this, as long as there's not too much oil in there, it doesn't pose such a risk with the interaction with water. Whilst it's still warm, it cleans quite easily. Yeah, I must admit, I've had a lot of people since I've been here saying, I'd really love to visit Australia and to visit there. And once again, I would too. I'd love to go back and see my family for a little while. But I'll tell you what, you've got such a beautiful country here. It also makes it very hard for me to want to go anywhere else. I've travelled through Asia with cooking. Just recently come back from Hong Kong. Spent some time over there, helping another chef open 5 restaurants in a matter of 3 months. So as a consulting gig, that was really quite interesting. But once again, I was really looking forward to come back to what I now call home, which is Lisbon. which really brings me to mention a bit more about what I'm doing within the business side of the career. I'm actually working with Nuno Nobre here. He's working as a consultant and helping us with the promotion of the business, and he's working as a partner of ours as well. He's had a quick talk with the Australian Embassy. They were excited to get on board as well, and I think we can really help promote the Australian products. So I'm just waiting for this to warm. Okay. I'm just going to cook this last little piece off. I think a few people will be upset if I leave that and they miss out. Yeah. One thing we can do is we can start getting some plates ready, actually. Do you mind if I use your help for that? Do you mind if we just start separating some plates? Brilliant. Yeah, we'll put here. What I'll do is I'll actually put one piece of squid and a piece of kangaroo. If you see a plate with those on there, they're pretty much going to be ready to eat. It's getting very close again. Yeah. Yeah. I might actually, if I can, get the help of Chef Antonio if he's floating around here somewhere as well.
Peço desculpa. Não. Eu acho que está.
So just to go back in a little bit more depth,
Okay.
with the Australian restaurant, we should be looking to open, if all goes well, in the new year. So somewhere around January, February, should be around that sort of time frame. There will be things like, as I mentioned before, crocodile and kangaroo on the menu. I'll be featuring some Australian wines as well, but not only Australian wines. I'll be bringing Portuguese, and I'm actually hoping to talk to João over here if he's around. Talk about getting some of his wines into the restaurant as well.
You have the support of the Australian government or not?
More so the Australian Embassy in Portugal.
Oh, okay.
They're the guys that are giving us some support. They're giving us some really good contacts. So I've actually found that there's, on the advice of the Australian Embassy, there's 2 Australian winemakers in Portugal, which is, it's great. I haven't had the chance to talk to them yet, but I really can't wait to catch up with them. One of which, I'd already known of the wine brand, the Esperol. And I was really excited to hear that there was an Australian that was on board there.
O canguru está realmente com bom aspecto. O Jennings estava a dizer-nos que no projeto que ele vai abrir em Lisboa, que vai ter uma orientação muito ligada à cozinha francesa e asiática, mas também alguma gastronomia australiana, nomeadamente carne de crocodilo e canguru.
Boa noite, eu peço desculpa por interromper o show cooking, mas é só para avisar que foi encontrada uma criança que está junto à entrada. Pedimos à senhora Sara Vasconcelos, pelo menos a indicação que temos, que se dirija à entrada, porque temos uma criança que está perdida dos pais, está um pouco ansiosa. Eu repito, senhora Sara Vasconcelos, pedimos que se dirija à entrada para que possa recolher uma criança que nós perdemos e que nós encontramos e que julgamos que está na sua companhia. Só mais uma vez, peço desculpa por esta interrupção, mas se a senhora Sara Vasconcelos se pudesse dirigir à entrada do certame para poder recolher uma criança que, entretanto, foi encontrada por membros da organização. Muito obrigada, uma boa noite, peço desculpa pela interrupção.
Muito bem. Estamos a finalizar esta proposta gastronómica do Jennings. Penso que a última vez que tivemos um cozinheiro internacional foi há 8 anos atrás e, portanto, eu acho que esta linha da organização do Wine in Azores acho que está correta, que é trazer também pessoas que nos agreguem valor acrescentado, que nos tragam coisas novas, novas gastronomias, novas texturas, novas formas de ver a gastronomia internacional. E eu acho que o Justin trouxe isso um bocadinho com dois ingredientes engraçados. Lulas de um lado que encontrou e que utilizou aqui dos Açores, e depois a carne de canguru, que é um prato típico, uma carne típica da Austrália.
Okay, with a little bit of help, I'll just start plating these meals up.
Yeah. This is the sauce and the mayonnaise.
Yep. Okay. So what I'll do is...
Então, temos aqui a maionese e um molho que o próprio Justin preparou. Eu já vai buscar.
Yes. Yeah, if I can. Yeah, that'd be great. Yeah. Okay. Just, yeah. So some roast vegetables and some kangaroo, some aioli, some of this guy, and just a little pinch of salad on top.
Okay.
Yeah. So a little bit of the pineapple salad, and on the squid with a drizzle of this the sweet lime flavour through. It'll just really bring forward the flavour of. Oh, sorry, that's really hot. Bring through the flavour of the pineapple. Okay, let's do it.
Yes. Just we finish your recipes.
Yes. Yep.
Okay.
That's all of the meat components. That's all of the show cooking done. Now it's just your chance to just maybe give us 1 or 2 minutes. We'll get everything plated up here. Then it's your chance to come up, try the squid, try the kangaroo. If you'd like, come over, say hello. If you have any questions, I'm more than happy to answer. Yeah. It's time to enjoy the night.
Thank you. Thank
No
you,
problem.
Justin. Thank you.
Thank you, guys. Thank you.
Depois, quem tiver algumas dúvidas, o Justin estará por cá para responder. Nós temos já, a seguir esta apresentação, temos o Renato Cunha do Ferrugem, o chefe Renato Cunha, que vai também fazer a última apresentação da noite e que eu proponho não sair do lugar, porque vai ser extraordinário. Vai ser uma apresentação, como eu costumo dizer, fora da caixa. Aqui o chefe António Alexandre também está a dar aqui uma ajuda. Um habitual destas andanças, né, da participação no Wine nos Açores. Eu, se calhar, também sou capaz de poder...
Muito bem, muito bem.
De poder ajudar.
Só comer, especialmente comer. Diz? A salada é por cima da luz, só uma coisinha. Deixa começar daquele lado. Faz favor. É isso. Olha, já vais meter um molho na carne.
Não consigo chegar.